Is there a difference, and does it matter? Now, this is a very common question that I get when I'm at the gun club, and to put it simply, they're not the same, but they are partially interchangeable. Now let me explain. So your 5.56 rounds, they're going to be able to make a case pressure of 58,000 psi when fired, whereas your 223s are only going to create 55,000 psi. That's a 3,000 psi difference just there alone. But even more importantly than that, the chamber on your 5.56 Nato rounds has a .125 longer throat, which allows more powder to fit inside the case. Now the danger with this subtle difference is that if you attempt to use a 5.56 round in a rifle that's only chambered for 223, the longer throat of the 5.56 round will cause the gun to experience 65,000 psi of pressure when fired. That's 10,000 more than what's normally experienced when firing 223. This is definitely unsafe and can lead to primers backing out, damage to the rifle, or injury to the shooter. On the other hand, if you're going to be firing 223 out of a rifle that's only rated for 5.56, this can be fine in most instances. The only difference that this is really going to make is if you're going to be firing a rifle that has a barrel length of less than 14.5 inches, you might run into some improper cycling issues because of the lower pressure that's found in the 223 rifles. So let's go over a couple things with these two rounds. To the naked eye, they do look very similar. You can see both of these rounds are 55 grain. They're both full metal jacket boat tails. But if you check out the feet per second that both of these guys are pushing out, your 223 is going to be 2,900, whereas the 5.56 is 3,120. So even that alone is a pretty big difference, even though they're basically the same round from what you can see at the naked eye. A couple different ways you can distinguish one from the other. On 5.56 rounds, a lot of the times you're going to see some heat treatment on the bottleneck here. You can see that the brass case distorts a little bit whenever it gets to a certain length of the case, whereas on the 223, it's relatively the same brass color the whole way up. Also, if you check out the primers, the 5.56 round actually has a sealing that's used on the primer to make it a bit more impervious to weather, whereas most 223 rounds won't really have that feature. So at the end of the day, your best bet, if you're not sure, is to just double check your head stamps. A lot of military rounds, they're going to be made 5.56. They're not going to say 223. Sometimes they won't even say 5.56 on them. You might just see basically where it was made. You might see LC for Lake City, a number that might signify the year that it was made. But if you see those kind of stampings on the head, it usually means that you're looking at a military 5.56 round. So I hope this helped you guys out. And until next time, stay safe out there, stay hydrated, and have a great day.